An accident claimed her daughter's lives. Her husband's life hangs in the balance, and Rue feels like she's losing her mind. A brand new psychological thriller from author Eve S. Evans, available for pre-order today. As Rue tries to figure out how to be alone in the family home, strange noises, voices, and shadows reveal themselves to her. Questions bubble to the surface. Are Rue's daughters haunting her? Why can't she remember what happened when they went off the bridge into the icy water below? Beneath the Water by Eve S. Evans.
What's going on, people? All right. It is once again a meme show. Now, what is the meme show all about? Basically, what we're going to do this evening is I'm going to throw out certain scenarios from memes I found on social media. You know, sometimes they're about relationships, parenting strategies, friendship, things in that nature. So it should be a lot of fun. This is volume 3 of the main show. What would you do? Feel free to participate from the chat room for those of you who are not chiming in. And let's go ahead and kick things off. Buckle up.
T2Q Radio.
Hey, what up, Q? What up, Radio World?
What's going on, people? I want to welcome all of you to the Talk to Q radio show. My name is Quincy, and this is my show. And I'm coming to you live from an undisclosed location in the T2Q crib. Today is Tuesday, July the 5th, 2022, and this is episode number 999. Now, for those of you who are new to the Talk to Q radio show, welcome. If it's your first time, then let me explain how this works. The Talk to Q radio show is a show for adults to get together to rant about whatever the trending topic may be. Anything that fits into the society and society and culture category, we discuss uninterrupted and completely uncensored. If you have something to get off your chest, then you can do so from our interactive chat room, and your comment may be read on the air. If you want to be a guest, then hit me up on social media at TalkToQ, or email me at talktoqnow@gmail.com. Now, unlike most shows where you simply just listen to the host, I allow you the opportunity to do the talking. I'll ask the questions and give you a chance to express yourself or rant on a subject. And it's because I want to hear what you have to say, which is why I named the show Talk to Q instead of Listen to Q. So please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the show. Doing that would help expose me to more people on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, and more places. So please take a second to do that if you haven't already, and I definitely would appreciate it. Let me go to the T2Q virtual phone line to see who will be joining me this evening. Looks like I have a packed house. Let me go here to my home state, the Magnolia State of Mississippi, and bring this young lady back into the fold. The sensible sister, Ashley D. Ashley, what's going on?
Not much. What's up? I'm glad to be back, though.
Glad to have you here. Always a pleasure. All right. And let's see, where am I going to go next? Let me get a show legend on. It's been a minute since he's been here. From the 870 area code, the natural state of Arkansas, please welcome on the master of Leonism, the bad man. Bad man, what's going on with you, man? You rocking the shades.
I call these my crazy shades. When I throw them on, I do live. See, I'm learning about TikTok now. Hey, videos. I did 2 of them today. I already know it's kind of crazy. I did one with Luke Skywalker, the Two Live Crew. Their very first song, "Hey Hey We Won't." I put on the quote. When somebody asks you what you doing and what you want, Look at that video. It tells you, it's self-explanatory.
All right, I'm gonna have to check you out and follow you, man. So good to have you in the mix. Let me go to the show me state of Missouri and welcome on Miss Chandra B. What's going on? I think you may be on mute. I can't hear you.
I said, hey, Q, how are you? I'm good.
I am outstanding.
Awesome.
All right. And a couple more show legends, and we will go ahead and kick this thing off. From the 850 area code, the Emerald Coastline of Pensacola, Florida, making his way to the ring, the man in black, the Buckster. What's going on, Buck?
How's everybody doing this evening? Hope everybody had a great 4th.
Yeah,
We're doing pretty well. Doing pretty well. Good to see you, man.
My stomach been hurting me all day. The 4th carried over to the 5th. I think I had a little bit too much of that bumpy phase because I've been running like like Ben Johnson in the 8-8 Olympics. I've been
all right. I got one more to bring on. We'll get started.
What up, Radio World?
From the 601 area code in the Magnolia State of Mississippi, please welcome on the original show legend, the Minister of Sexual Affairs, Eminem. What's shaking, man?
What up, Q? What up, Radio World?
All right, glad to have you on.
Yes, sir. I see you got that 13th hashtag on the screen. I like that.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Yeah.
All right. Remember, everyone, you can search hashtag Talk to Q on social media platforms to find me, or Talk to Q on YouTube. And you can also buy me a coffee. buymeacoffee.com/Talk to Q to help support the show. Okay. So we'll go ahead and kick things off. And I'll start off with a little icebreaker, I guess. And see if we can try to keep it simple. So here we go. Meme number 1. All right. If you with your girl and her friends okay, let me try to figure out this grammar here. Basically, he's saying that if you are with your girlfriend and her friends and you all go out, as a man, you should cover the tab. So as a man, if you go out with your girlfriend and her friends, then as a man, you should be expected to cover the tab. Ladies first, sensible sister, what do you think about that? Do you agree with that?
No, I do not agree with that. No, absolutely not.
Why not? Why not?
Reason being is because, one, like, if me and my homegirls are going out, it should be understood that, hey, we got our own tab. Now, if he decides to join and he wants to cover me and him, that's cool. Now, if he decides on his own to cover everybody else's tab, that's cool. But I've been in situations where I had a guy do that, and every time we went somewhere, they expected him to do that every time, and then there was an argument. So absolutely not. I don't think that should be a rule that he does that.
Okay. And Ms. B, what do you think?
I have mixed feelings. There's a part of me that agrees wholeheartedly with the sensible sister. Like, for real, especially if it's your person. I think it's nice to do once in a while or occasionally, but to have an expectation, I don't think that's realistic. Especially if you know your friends and then they begin to think, oh, this is a free meal, a free ticket, and they always want to invite him to go with, So there's a part of me that think that, yes, if he's putting himself in that situation, then yeah, there's somewhat of an expectation, but I don't think that it should be every time. I guess that's my answer.
Okay. All right. So, fellas, I'll let you all chime in. What do you think? Do you think that as a man, if you go out with your lady and her friends, that you need to cover the tab?
Yeah. How many you hitting?
I'm covered. I'm covering my lady's tab, but I'm not covering her friends.
Yeah. Well, how many you hit?
Now, if it's one of those deals where it's a special, if it's a special occasion or something like that, I don't mind covering the tab for everybody. But if it's just it's just a random get together or something like that, I'm always gonna cover my lady, but I'm not covering her friends too.
Woo! Buckle up, because y'all already know I'm coming with one. If I'm gonna pay for my lady and her friend, and I'm paying all the tabs, you already know what I'm expecting at the end of the night.
Oh Lord.
Shit, she coming home with us. And we gonna play some Twister. But it ain't gonna be the kids' game. So hey, cause guess what? After about that third and fourth drink, she trying to get an attitude. I don't know if I'm gonna turn to R. Kelly or Bill Cosby, but something's gonna go to the hell down if I'm spending all this damn money. Shit.
Oh boy. All right, man. You better save your money for a lawyer. What you need to do.
I already got one on speed dial. Leo the Nutbuster.
All right, that was just an icebreaker. Lord have mercy. Moving on. All right.
I know, right?
Okay, I'm gonna make this short. Long story short, you loan a friend $4,000. Okay, in June of last year, and they haven't paid you back. So you tell them after waiting, a year, hey, give me $2,000 back and forget the rest because I really need the money. They said they only have $1,700 in their account and they can only give you $1,500. You feel like you ain't got any other option but to go ahead and take that. So you're like, all right, cool. Shoot me the $1,500. Well, you wake up the next day and realize that they accidentally sent you $15,000. All right. So they send you a whole bunch of texts asking for the money back. Do you send back $13,500 and take the $1,500 you said that you wanted? Do you take the whole $4,000 out of it, or do you just keep all of it because you're mad? All right, that's the question we're gonna ask. And Eminem, I'm gonna start with you, bro. Eminem, what do? You got $15,000 in your account, and this person owes you $4,000. Now you agree $1,500, you call it even, but now you got this $15K in your hand. What you gonna do?
Oh man. I now one thing about me, man, I'm old school when it comes to keeping my word. So, but in this case, now this how it's gonna go down. You're gonna get 11,000 from the rip, and I'm a slow roll the other whatever the math is on that shit 2,500. I'm a slow roll that. We're gonna talk on that. Because now you're supposed to be my friend. Now we talking about some people who ain't affiliated with nobody, but that's different, man. You screwed, and unless I think you got that backup on you.
Okay. All right. And sensible sister, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna keep all of it? Keep the 4,000, keep the 1,500. What you gonna do?
Well, if they make a mistake and send me that much, I will get offended. No lie, because you could have been paying me back if you got that much. Now I'm gonna add interest to it. How much that interest is, I don't know, but I will send you something back. I'm not gonna take the whole 15,000. I'm gonna take what I'm owed plus the interest, and then you can have the rest.
But okay, and if you just run into them in the streets, you'll handle it at that point. And then
right.
All right, but
you owe me 4,000, homie. I gotta take that 4,000 because you've been kind of anybody that's been doing that and they've been kind of him-hawing you around. I'm taking that 4,000. I know. That's it because it's the principle of the deal. You shouldn't hold money that long, now unless you had some bad things happen to you or something like that, or I get that, but. You owe me 4,000. You send me 15. I'm not gonna get the 15, but I'm gonna get my 4,000 back.
All right. And then you got to keep in mind, they said they only had 1,700 in their account. So they lied about that because they had 15 grand. But Chandra, bad man, how do y'all feel about it?
Well, for me, I think I'm gonna get my 4,000 off the top, and then I'm gonna take a year to give you back the other 11,000 because it took you a year to give me my 4,000. So you can keep texting me, calling me. You'll be like, when you gonna give me my money? Oh man, the way my bank account set up, I can't do no wires. I can't wire no money. I don't know how to do that. I'm gonna give them a hard time about giving them their money back. That's just me. But no matter what, you'll get your money back. But I'm gonna get mine. I'm gonna get mine off the top.
Memo to self: never borrow money from Chandra. All right, bad man.
You already know I ain't giving back shit. I'm gonna change my name to Ron Mexico. I'm gonna delete all social media. My family ain't gonna know. Hey, it's gonna, man. I'm gonna pay somebody to fake my damn death. They gonna be saying the upper room. They ain't gonna never see me. The only person that might hear something from me is my son. And beside that, and then I have to be careful because.
Yeah, I have 15,000, man. That shit gonna go so quick.
Oh, I already know.
That's what about 5 or 6.
Hey,
5 or 6 tank of gas.
Shit, 5,000 gonna go to the strip club. I already know that.
Oh yeah, that's on the rip.
If I see somebody like Roulette or Mercedes or shit, I'm gonna break her off a little change. Cause boy, them DSLs, boy, they'll make you drop them bands.
Well, safe to say that they're not gonna get the money back. Go ahead, Eminem.
Yeah, did it say if the friends were the same gender or what?
No, I didn't mention that.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it did. So,
I'm about to say, man, it's gonna be some slavery going on. If it's the opposite sex, you know what you got to do.
Golly, y'all own one.
Down on the
front. That's tough. I think anyone that owes me that type of money, I'm definitely getting my 4,000. Now, whether I charge interest like Sensible Sister said, or make you sweat it out like Chandra, I don't know. I'll probably give you the rest of it back, but my 4,000 is coming back to me, and interest doesn't sound like a bad idea. I got to be honest with you. It does not sound like a bad idea. So, all right, we will go ahead and move on. It says, my husband and I were at a friend's house for game night when he drew the question, if you were trapped on an island with one woman of the opposite sex, I don't know why it says one woman of the opposite sex, probably meant one person of the opposite sex, who would it be and why? His answer was my friend, all right, his wife's friend, because, quote, I admire the way she listens to her man and stays calm in every situation. So it's easy for him to have peace in life. My answer is not about sex, but peace, end quote. So his wife jumped over the table. They had to pull his wife off of him. He was embarrassed, disgusted. He got his jacket, looked at her, shook his head, and left. And later that night, his friend, her friend, the one that he wanted to be on the island with, and her husband called her and told her that she was wrong. She asked, do you think I was wrong for my reaction? All right, Chandra, I'll start with you on this first. Board games, first of all, get you in trouble. Board games get you a lot of trouble. But was she wrong for her reaction to him saying that if he had to be trapped on a deserted island, it would be her friend because she is more peaceful, so to speak?
I mean, it sounds like her reaction was in line with her character that he described. But I think, so in that sense, she did what was expected. And the reason why he don't plan on taking her to the island. But what she failed to do was listen to what he was saying and take that in. And so, That's what she should have did, was take it in, you know, and she should have been the one embarrassed by the fact that he said so that he could have peace. So that right there sends a strong message to everyone, and all her friends already know who she is anyway. So, but it still sends a strong message to have that publicized in a small group like that. But I don't think, I think she was wrong, but I think she was in line with her character. So it's not unexpected, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. And Ashley, how do you feel about it? Was she wrong in how she responded? And does it make a difference if he would have said your friend or any other woman, I guess, if the response was because whoever said woman is more peaceful than you?
I don't think it would have really made a difference about who it was. I feel like what Sandra said, it's all like aligned with her character and how she would have reacted anyway. And like Sandra said, if she would have listened, you know, maybe she would have dialed back, and that could have been a conversation that they could have took home and was like, hey, you know, what can I do to bring peace into our home? And then they discussed that, because then he may find out there's something that he may be doing that she hasn't spoken on yet, that he can change, and they both can be at peace together. And then, you know, you wouldn't even have to go into that. And I don't agree with playing games like that anyway with couples. So
I'm telling you, that is trouble waiting to happen.
Know what is gonna open.
But you only do that if you own a couples retreat to get that out, and you got somebody there to manage that. You know what I'm saying? You don't do that just, you know, you don't air your dirty laundry. That's not what
That's
you do.
something you do when you're in counseling.
Yes.
And fellas, I pretty much know how you all will feel, but I'm gonna ask you anyway in case I get surprised. Was she wrong in her response, for whatever fella wants to answer?
Yeah, she was wrong. Yeah, she was wrong with the response. I mean, she didn't listen to what he said. I mean, so again,
I think she heard him.
Yeah, well, she didn't hear. You know,
I get what you're saying. She heard him, but she didn't listen.
She didn't listen. The bottom line of it is, in that situation, I mean, she should have reacted differently. If just on one of those unfortunate things, I do agree with Chandra, you know, on this, because it's just, sometimes you just have to listen. And that's what a lot of our problems are in today's society. We don't listen. We wait until after the fact when we go back over it, and, you know, but the damage had been done at that point. So,
yeah.
Well, I'm gonna take a different spin on this whole thing. I think the dude, well, number one, man, it's like well, like I said, I know modern times shit different now, but that's kind of a old school man law violation. You know what I'm saying? You sitting here and you sitting up here like, okay, everybody know what you're saying, but you talking about your friend. But your friend married her husband sitting at the damn table. You talking about putting his wife on the island. I mean, you don't do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You find somebody else that got maybe her personality and say that if you want to be safe, get a movie star, say some shit like that. Man, you don't sit up there and this dude sitting up here, because now in the back of his mind, he like, you know, like you know, even if he ain't the jealous type, he's like, damn, you know, all these hoes out here, man, and shit. This all you could think of? Like, you know, not saying it like that, but I'm just saying, like, that just, I don't know. I wouldn't have did that. Yeah. Not with him sitting there on top of that, man. That's like, damn. Yeah. And then number two, now every man know if they got a loose cannon girlfriend or wife or whatever, now he already know what's gonna happen. You know, it ain't like they just met. You know what I'm saying? So unless he's just trying to prove a point because he getting ready to bounce, I could see it. But number one, you wouldn't do it to disrespect the chick's husband. I wouldn't. And then number two, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like shit, it's certain shit understood, man. You gotta check this motherfucker. You can't let her embarrass you in front of these people. Now y'all can do all this shit at the house, but in front of everybody, nah, man, you can't go out like that, Jack. Y'all gotta get ready to call the police.
Yeah, I think to answer the question, I do think she was wrong, but he was mighty stupid for doing that in front of her friends and the husband. That was just dumb on his part. You just lie. You just lie and say Halle Berry, and if you have any problem with her, you address it at home, one on one. Don't put it out in the open like that.
So I would say yes, but I also say, sometimes he may have said this 10 or 12 times before and she ain't never heard it. And so
That's
this is the
true.
only way that it's going to sink in. And I ain't saying what he did was right. We can all say it's a bitch move, but at the end of the day, sometimes you have to go to extreme measures to get someone to hear you or to listen. Not saying it's right, but he may have already been doing that. He may have already been telling you like, yo, I don't want to argue. All I want is peace, And then the question just happened to come up. And now he's demonstrating by example, right? He was clear because no matter what the situation is, she always is calm when she deals with her husband. So he's saying, he's giving her a real live example of what he is looking for, which he probably has already said to her 1,000 times before. Now she's embarrassed. But she's probably embarrassed because he chose a woman that wasn't him or wasn't her. That's probably where her feelings is hurt because that's probably the type of person that this young lady was, that she's more concerned that he didn't choose her versus the reason why he didn't choose her. She ain't focused on that because she came out of character. Because if somebody would have said that to me, I'd have been like, wow, I would have sat back. I would not allow anybody else to see and let him be right. She just proved him right.
And that dude been one of the stupidest some bitches on the planet. He had to been the dude that time he was floating in college. Instead of having sex, he was floating. And I'm just saying, especially if you dealing with a woman that's batshit crazy, because on God and life, I got a PhD in dealing with women that's batshit crazy. I'm telling you, look, I said some crazy shit to a woman one time. She threw a damn chair at my ass. That's batshit crazy.
So is she batshit crazy or are you?
Well, it depends. I've been told I say some batshit crazy things, but no, I'm not batshit crazy.
Bad man, you know what make them crazy like that, right?
Oh, I already know.
Not even.
You blew it too hard, son. You blew on it too hard.
Can I add one more thing?
Yeah.
So, like, I'm speaking from experience right here. Like, now, me being in that kind of situation, I probably wouldn't have reacted then. But when we got home, I probably would have said something because, again, he said something that he's like, I like how she speaks to her husband, but he doesn't know what they have going on behind closed doors. See, her husband may allow her to be a woman, may allow her to be more feminine, as this man may be missing something at home and this woman is still operating her masculine energy and he's wondering where's all this toughness coming from, where's all this crazy stuff coming from. It's a lot of that goes on and like nobody ever thinks about that. Like all women want to do is just be a woman, and I promise you will get so far with most of us that you call batshit crazy. You can get real far with us if you allow us to just be a woman.
And listen, and just
once again, what's the root cause of that craziness?
Oh Lord.
Meme number 4. All right, so she says, so my boyfriend spent Father's Day with his baby's mama, and it made me feel uncomfortable. He has a 2-year-old daughter, and we've been together for 2 years. I had a nice dinner date planned for Saturday night to celebrate him, but he canceled last minute because he wanted to be with his child. And he was not only with his child, but also the mother. When he came home, he walked in the house with a gift from her that had cologne, a card, a bottle of 1942, and a gift card to get a massage where she works at. All right, so long story short, he just said he really wanted to be present in his child's life, want the child to feel the family element. He didn't grow up with his father, so it's important to him. So she asked, am I wrong for making a big deal out of this, or is he wrong for allowing this woman to be a part of our life? So I got to ask a lady's opinion on this first. Sensible sister, what say you, ma'am?
I knew you were coming to me first. But with that whole situation, he would just have to go back and be with the mother of his child and that child. Like, I understand you want to spend Father's Day with your child, but the mother of the child, I mean, she wants to get you something cool. But if I'm planning this and you have known about it, you can bring your child along. You know, it don't have to just be us. You can say, hey, I want to include my child. That is no problem. But if you cancel on me and you spend the whole day with her and you got a massage certificate to go and let her massage you or whatever, wherever she works, I won't be okay with it. And I don't know. I don't know. I haven't really dealt with a lot of men with kids. Like I have kids, and I know for me, I'm not doing all that with the father of my kids. Okay, you know, I get him a little something, you know, a little card or some Happy Father's Day. Let him have his piece. If he don't want the kids, that's fine. If it was his weekend, I'll still take him. You know what I'm saying? Give him his space. Thank him. That's it. But as far as like spending the whole day together, no, I feel like he wants to be there more so than be with the other girl. And nothing wrong with that. I just say go work it out with her. You know, go work it out with the mother of your child. Don't string her.
Okay.
Whew.
Sandra?
It just sounds like a whole lot of mess going on there. But where I differ is that if you have you know what is the relationship like up until this point. So if you knew he was with this person or this person was pregnant or he got her pregnant when you was together. So I mean there's some, so I have to look at her too, right? And the choices that she's making. And then for me, one of the things when I was dating, I always said I don't date anybody with a child under 3 years old, because there's still this connection between the mom and the dad. So, you know, if that child is 3 years old or younger, I don't even want to deal with you because there's too much going on there. There's too much leftover feelings in that. But my thing is depending on how he come back, if he's coming back and he's being honest and open, and this has not been an issue with you all, I don't see that, you know, you state how you feel, you know, you put that on the table and you guys decide how you want to move forward. Especially if this is the first incident, he's never giving you any concern otherwise. Otherwise, you just jumping the gun and making a decision that may or may not be what it is. And so I don't know. It just sounds messy anyway, because it just sounds messy.
And I feel you on that. The kid being brand new and everything, because that kid is 2 years old. I mean, that child's still under warranty, so I mean, it's really fresh. And
it is. It's too much. There's a lot of if they ain't together. There's this child support drama. I'm trying to not have to pay child support. I'm trying to pay all this. There's too much drama between. By 3 years old and older, you don't work that shit out. And if you haven't, y'all got some kind of understanding where, you know, under 3, there's just too much left over to really have a solid relationship with somebody, because they are, unless, even if that is somebody that they ain't even have a relationship with, I still don't want to mess with you like that, because it's too much junk. There's too much there. It's too much.
Yeah. And Buck, as a man, how do you feel about it? Was the man wrong for trying to keep his little family together or intact, so to speak, and be a presence in his child's life, or was he disrespectful to his woman by, I guess, basically shunning her on Father's Day weekend and coming home with nice gifts?
He should have not canceled with his new lady, because that, I mean, you can still have your Father's Day weekend and still, you know, not cancel out on your new lady, because if you're hanging out with your old lady, that's sending some crazy messages, and I wouldn't want to be a part of that. So I think he was wrong in that regard. He should have, you know, especially since, you know, if she's been planning this for a while, you can make your child a part of that and, you know, move forward. You don't hang out with the ex in the family and all that, because that's unnecessary drama. So he was wrong in that regard.
Okay. And Chrissy said she's currently with a man that has a 1-year-old. Preach. And Chrissy, check your Facebook inbox. And so, fellas, what do you think? Bad man Eminem, was dude wrong? Was disrespectful to do that, or was he just trying to be a good dad?
No, it ain't on the guy. It's pretty much that's a woman to woman thing. See, the way that shit working is the baby mama is letting the supposed new girlfriend know that yeah, we ain't together, but you know, that's like an innuendo. I'm putting this 1942 and a massage at the place I work in there to let you know that hey, this nigga can come over here and hit anytime he want to. So, you know, I'm just letting you know that, you can talk all this shit, but I can still get Peter weak when I want it too. You know, that's what that's about. And women know how that shit go, But now it probably went over his head because otherwise he wouldn't have brought that damn basket and he left that shit out in the car like most niggas would just left that shit out in the car. So I guess he was slow or didn't care. So
it seems disrespectful to bring that stuff home.
But going to see your kid on Father's Day, I mean, yeah. I mean, it definitely ain't no problem with that. But that stuff with that basket specifically like that and flaunting it like that, so
well, let me ask you this.
Unless he just saying this what it is, which is cool.
Let's bring up this question. The kid is 2. The kid is not going to remember any of this. I mean, so does the age make a difference? I mean, a 2-year-old not going to remember him coming by for Father's Day.
Oh yeah, no, it make a difference because in a heated argument, especially with some kind of custody or child support, it's just like, oh, this motherfucker didn't even come over here to do that. I'm just saying, so like that. No. Dude did the right thing by being with his kid on Father's Day in some sort of fashion. Because, like I say, the people on here got some sense, but the real world work more like some of this shit you see on TV. So, nah. He did the right thing. Because that way, if you no longer got your past to go over there and tap, then that don't allow the woman to brainwash the kid. Your daddy didn't do this. He didn't. I had even when you was 2, I had planned this, and he didn't even come get your gift for him and all this shit. And see, people got that. It ain't like the old days. Ain't no Polaroids. Everybody got cameras and stuff like that. So some kind of crazy rant, this chick would go on and upload that shit. She'll show that shit to that kid when he 15 and 14, fuck him up. You know what I'm saying? He really think this dude don't care. So nah, dude did right. He did right. Now he didn't do right by bringing that damn bag in the house, but going over there, yeah, that's fine. Shit.
I wouldn't have brought shit. I would have kept that shit somewhere. It wouldn't have been in my car. It wouldn't have been nowhere near my house. That's that shit right there. As some folks said, that's that shit right there. You fuck around, you bring that shit in there, and you think everything is cool and shit. She done cooked dinner. Now, mind you, she cooking grits. Mind you, she cooking fucking grits.
Al Green.
Al.
You do not get what I'm saying. She cooking grits. Nothing but grits. No bacon, no sausage, not shit but grits. Again, don't do it. Then so now, baby.
I think if anything, Chrissy said that they spent the day with his daughter, the guy that she's seeing, and so maybe he could have just gone and picked up his kid. I don't know. D. Harris chimed in. D said he could have politely declined the gift, especially that kind of gift. It sends the wrong message for sure. Yeah, if you get a gift certificate to a massage parlor where your baby mom works, then yeah, that's gonna come off kind of wrong. That's definitely gonna come off kind of wrong.
That's gonna get your ass whooped. That's gonna get your ass whooped.
Let me
Y'all thinking about this all wrong.
Okay, let me get to you in just a moment. Hold that thought. I'm gonna go back to the T2Q virtual phone line because this young lady just had to say something. Let me welcome on Chrissy from New Jersey. Chrissy, what's going on? Chrissy, you're on mute.
It's been a minute, Q. You gotta forgive me. What's going on, everybody?
What's going on?
What's happening?
Hey. What's good? I just had to jump on. Q, why you ain't hit me up earlier?
So I don't know. It's been rough for me. I forgot to even stream this on my
yeah,
fan page.
I know. I was looking like, where you at?
Yeah.
But I just had to come on and put my 2 cents in. That man was so disrespectful. Like, that is, currently I told you I posted with I'm currently in a situation with a man who has a young child. And that's not what you do. That's disrespectful. When you have a new woman in your life, that's the past, right? That's like, what are you trying to attempt to do? You can co-parent, you guys can be friends as long as there's no harbored feelings, but to sit there and have a whole day out together and then just leave her on the sidelines, that's disrespectful. Period.
Okay. Chandra, you gonna say?
I don't know. There's a part of me that that I can see both sides of that, because depending on what the relationship is, the situation is, and depending on the age of the child, I ain't letting I ain't letting my daughter just go anywhere with anybody and somebody I ain't never met. So, I don't know.
Yeah, but he's a parent too.
Yeah,
He
but
don't
you
have no
He
special.
is a parent. You're absolutely right. He is a parent. But at the same time, that's also how little girls get messed up. Again, for me, I can see both sides of that. And so it depends on, we don't know the whole situation. We don't know how long, how long they've been, there's visitations. If that's his first time with his child or whatever, I'm not letting, that's just not what I'm doing. That's not just what I'm doing. So I understand, I can appreciate everybody's point of view, but like, if my child has never met her father in 2 years, I'm just not going to be like, oh, here you go, and let my child go off with them and his new lady friend that I never met. Like, that's not what I'm doing. So.
Well, I don't know. I think the biggest mistake he did was bringing the gifts in the house. That was the biggest mistake. But that's a tough situation to deal. People who have to co-parent, man, the number of variables that come up just to try to have a decent relationship. There's so many variables that have to be considered, and it can just.
So you guys think that that's disrespectful? I think that's being vulnerable and honest, right? Because he didn't have to share all that stuff, and that's where the problem is created. So if you kept it in your car, or if I find out after the fact that you got all of that stuff and you didn't let me know, that's where the deceit, the deception, and the breakdown of the relationship.
I totally disagree.
Up front, and then we can decide what we're gonna do with this. If we're gonna turn it back to her, give it back to her. If we're gonna use it, whatever the case may be. But for you to hide it or not even tell me about it, that's where the relationship is wrong.
I know you got to show me in Missouri, but hell nah. No. Some stuff is better. Like I say, that's one of them things.
And that's not an honest, open relationship.
No,
and that means
no,
that
it is honest.
In communication.
No. Everybody can't communicate. Everybody don't understand that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You know how something can be told. Okay, like this might be a topic we'll have somewhere in the future. You know how it is when you talking to somebody, they can see your face, and you know when they serious and playing. And if you text somebody something like, man, fuck you, you just like, man, you don't know if this nigga want to fight or what. So it's the same category. See, like, you have to explain too much stuff. It's easy just for this dude, especially if it's just something innocent, just to leave this shit in the car. It ain't that you hide nothing, just leave this shit in the car and let sleeping dogs lie and everybody gone. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't know. I just it's such a delicate situation. I get what all of you were saying. It's just such a delicate situation. And me personally, I would tell my baby's mom from the get-go, whether it's Christmas, my birthday, or whatever, if you feel the need to get me something, just give me a gift card, a Visa gift card, and keep it moving or something like that.
Yeah, but he's still hitting it though.
Don't buy me any clothes.
He's still hitting it though.
I think he's still dipping in the ship.
He's still hitting.
He's still in the ship.
We broke up. We got 2 more kids later.
That's rough. So,
I already know that shit ain't
all
gonna.
right, a couple
If
more.
I could just
We
make
get
a
ready.
comment real cute,
Oh
real
yeah.
fast, cute to what Chandra was saying. Like
Mhm.
my thing is, if you lay with this man and produced a whole child with this man, then at some point you have to trust his reasoning, his thought process, and then for you not to trust him with your child, I feel like it's totally uncalled for. Like you laid with this man and made a whole human being with him. There's got to be some level of trust if you let your lady, interact with him parts.
And I would agree with you to a point, because everything can be everything when you dating, but then when you say child support or something else, then people become a whole different person, and it become a whole different ball game, and you become the enemy. And again, listen, I just don't want my child to be over at somebody's house and they burn out her hair, they mistreating her, all of that stuff. And because people will leave your kids, and again, you do have to trust. I agree, but 2-year-old is different than 7 years old, 10 years old, 9 years old, 5 years old. Even 2-year-old is a different age than at a point where I can say, yeah, that's just how I feel. I mean, everybody ain't gotta agree with me. That's just me.
All right.
I think maybe because I'm sitting in a situation, it's a little different for me because his is 1 year old, and obviously I'm not that woman to not take care of her as I would my own. And I get what you're saying. There are women out there who would be like, "That's not mine. I don't care." But at the same time, I feel like a lot of these women don't feel fathers have the same rights as mothers do, and I'm living in that in this moment right now. And
now I'm the first one to fight for men having rights to have their kids and all of that stuff. That's not what I'm talking about. But what I'm saying is there has to be a relationship and understanding between the two parents. And if that's not present, right, then yeah, it would be hard to do that. But if you got a good relationship with that person, then you understand who they are. Like if you see that they're a protective person, father, whatever, then you don't have those problems. But you also, I still don't know that other person. So my thing would be why I can't come.
If they buying cologne and massages, then sound like they're in a good relationship to me. But, all right, so we'll move on to these last two, and we'll get ready to shut things down. And so this is a funeral, a wake for a guy, who's on the motorcycle. He's dead. How would you feel going to a funeral? You walk in or going to a wake, and maybe the person's an avid motorcycle rider. Maybe that's how he died. I don't know. But if you saw this, I mean, you sticking around, you leaving. What's going to be your response to this? For whoever wants to answer.
Fuck up out of there with the quickness, man.
I'm out. I'm out. This is a little bit too much right here.
Yeah.
I mean, this is almost like taxidermy the human and putting them on display. This too much. This is way too much. I mean, and it's just anybody go to this link to put somebody on a motorcycle and they did, and this is what you roll up into. I'm going back out. If it's on a Zoom, because a lot of people are Zooming funerals and things that I'm not watching it. I'm turning it off. This is just too much. It's way too damn much.
I know Shane Cleveland is rolling over in his damn grave. Did not sang all these songs for this bullshittery to be going on like this going on.
Oh man. If that bike revved up, everybody run up out of this. So
half them people gonna be in the damn upper room. They gonna need a casket.
Well, like I say, man, like I say, I'm definitely cool with the flashy and all that, but I'm kind of like Buck on that, man. That shit look too much like a human being, like some kind of damn taxidermied piece. Yeah. That's what's scary about it. It's like it takes the solemnness and all that stuff out of it, man. You see somebody and they sitting up on a damn motorcycle, it's like, it's like, damn, you caught in between. You about to piss in your pants or bust out laughing. Ain't no kind of Yeah,
Oh
man, that was
man.
my
Now,
nigga, and you
if it's,
crying inside and pouring out your 40s or whatever for him. You sitting up there like, damn, damn, this
How they
dude
gonna bury
standing
it?
up.
How they
now,
gonna bury him like that? Like on top of the
I don't
motorcycle
Yeah,
know.
and
they gotta
shit? I
break
mean,
his. They
like,
gotta break
I
his. They
don't know.
gotta literally break his arms and stuff, man.
yeah, I'm like, what the
Once you,
hell?
yeah,
I
they
don't
gotta
know.
break
And
him up.
you gonna put him in like a, you gonna put him like down in the ground like that or something, like in a tomb or something. I mean, that don't even
I
make
want to
the
know.
whole situation is just ridiculous.
Cremate him like a mannequin. Just throw him in there like they getting rid
You'll
of a mannequin.
never forget that funeral.
If,
You'll never forget that
hey,
funeral.
now if he would have been on that motorcycle and then said these words, "Hey, homie, I know I still owe you $40," I guarantee you that whole church would have been cleared the fuck out.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I'd signed the book, the roll book, and I think I just bounced behind that. But all right, so last one. Today I found out my 7-year-old daughter really did lie about my husband's other girlfriend as revenge for being grounded, and that he never cheated on me at all. We're well into our divorce proceedings, and he won't forgive me for not believing him when he denied it. So this is a tough one. I know. Badman, I'm gonna start with you on this first.
Oh Lord.
Well, no, I gotta start with a woman first because it happened to a woman. So let me start with Chandra, and I'll come back to you. But all right, you find out your daughter lied to you because she was mad that she was being grounded and told you that your husband cheated with another woman, and you find out it wasn't true after the divorce proceedings have started and your husband don't want to forgive you. How do you handle that? You're on mute. You're on mute.
I was saying, in order for that to get to a point of divorce, there's a whole lot more that was going on. And so that relationship, in my mind, that can't, in my mind, that shouldn't be the straw. That can be the straw that broke the camel's back, which means that there has to been a lot more that built that. If that's the first incident, first situation, I just can't see that being a reason to file for divorce. And so, and I'm with him. I would not forgive, and I would be ready to move on too. That, to me, it was done is done, and it is what it is. You can't even whip the child over it.
All right, sensible sister. Your daughter lied to you and destroyed your marriage because she was mad that she got grounded. How do you feel about that? Your husband don't want to forgive you.
I kind of feel like Chandra on this one because, like, it had to be something else going on for that to be the last straw, and then you end up in divorce. Like, if my child came to me and said my husband was cheating on me, I'm going to do my own investigating. I'm not just going to, that's it, divorce. Here's the papers. I'm not going to do that. And then later on to find out that she lied. Like, who was it? The comment that you just posted. Because like that's a little bit extreme, and for my daughter to lie like that, how old is she for one?
I think 7.
7.
Yeah.
Conjure up something like that, it had to be a whole lot of stuff going on for her to come up with some kind of lie like that because she's grounded. Mm-hmm. And then, like, if that's her dad, like, why would you want to put us in this situation? And then later on be like, well, mama, you left my daddy, or my daddy left you because of this. Like, you doing your own self an injustice then.
All right. And Badman, let's flip it a little bit. Let's say your daughter lies on you and your wife leaves you thinking you got another woman, but come to find out your daughter lied just because she was mad you grounded her, your 7-year-old daughter. Now you can't get your wife back.
Shit. Me, honestly, God, this sounds so familiar, but anyway. I'm gonna just say that man, what the hell a 7-year-old gonna fucking know? That's one. What your 7-year-old knowing what you know? And don't get me wrong, my 7-year-old son is smart as hell because he keep asking me, Dad, you got a new girlfriend? You got a new no, son, we'll talk about that later. But I'm just saying, what does a 7-year-old know about unless you were doing some dirt while your 7-year-old's in the car, you done went over to the damn kitty cat bar had him in the back seat, done gave him some melatonin to make him go to sleep while you go try to go slide and go do what you need to do. But still, I'm just saying, if she that quick, ready for a damn divorce, shit, maybe she doing something. Maybe she doing something. Cause trust me,
Batman and flipped it.
I'm telling you from personal experience, the shit happened to me. So, buddy wasn't no 7-year-old. Hell shit. Like I said, I got a person wanted a divorce from a fucking text message. A fucking text message. You could look me in my eye and say, I'm done, I'm tired. But anyway, that's a whole nother. But no. She, like I said, maybe she was doing something was not disclosing.
All right. I'm amazed at like how we have these scenarios, but then these other variables get brought into it. But I feel what you're saying. And Mr. Shelton said that the kid would get a beat down. And Buck, Eminem, what y'all have anything to chime in on
Oh
this one?
no, Mr. Shelton has the proper answer. So that's the thing. See, a kid ain't gonna do no shit like that if they know they got some kind of consequence coming. Because number one, before the parents get into it about their little situation or whatever, my thing is a kid got to be conditioned to understand, like, hey man, if you do something wrong, you got to be punished for this shit. Period. Ain't no line to get out of it, because all it's gonna do is make it worse and worse. And then when you get old, nobody ain't gonna fuck with you. Both parents should be on that kid's ass for doing something like that. Now, if they bump heads after the fact, well, whatever, yeah, it's probably way more to it than that anyway. But to properly parent, so to speak, the kid need to know they can't. Okay, this time it was saying, "Oh, daddy got a girlfriend." The next time they put the ass on punish, what you gonna say? Go sit in the corner, and what they gonna call 911, saying the house on fire. I'm saying if you don't nip that shit in the bud, it's gonna get real bad. So I love what Mr. Shelton comment was on that part. But like the ladies were saying, like, I mean, if it was just no proven evidence more than just what a damn kid's saying, I mean, it probably was already some bad vibes, and it's probably something was going on anyway. But if she wanted to get out of it like that, it's like Badman says, like, yeah, you already got a nigga anyway, so that's how they go. You know what I'm saying? But they always put the shit on the man. But you know what I'm saying? I like those answers, Mr. Shelton. Like I said, in this one, it ain't about the adults, it's about the damn kid, because you got to nip that line, like, now, lying on one of your little friends in school is one thing, but you don't lie on me. You know what I'm saying? You don't even tell the truth on me. You know what I'm saying? Shit, a kid stay in a kid's place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with Chandra. I think it was something else that had to be going on for this to be the straw to break the camel's back. That's a scary child though, because at this point now you got to be concerned. Like, if I discipline this kid at all, there's no telling what this kid may do. This kid might call the cops and said I pulled R. Kelly and had me in jail. I mean,
exactly. That's why you got to nip that shit in the bud.
That is very for a 7-year-old to think that way and to manipulate people like that. You might put that kid in some counseling. So, all right. So we'll go ahead and get ready to wrap things up. Been a lot of fun chopping it up with you all. And on the next T2Q, episode number 1000 has finally arrived. I mean, who would have guessed this show would last longer than 3 episodes, yet alone reach 1,000? There will be a topic on this show as we will discuss child support. So I guess you can consider some of these topics the warm up for what's coming for the next show. I got quite a few things to discuss about it. If you want in on this, let me know. I also have a couple of first timers slated to join the mix with some of my old heads. So it should be interesting to get everyone, the old and the new, together. That's going to be Tuesday, July the 19th, back at my regular time, 7:30 p.m. Central Time on the Talk to Q radio show. So, final thoughts, if you have just one of the memes that you want to bring up, if you had something else left to say. And Mr. Sheldon said, put that kid in the figure 4, come out the top rope. And if you have any particular meme that comes to mind that you want to just chime in on, or then we'll go ahead and do that. And let's see, Badman, I'll start with you, man. Let you get your final thoughts in.
Whew. Great show as always, and I enjoyed everybody's views. You know, they was all well on point, and but this is just a couple of them though that come to mind, especially about the money part. Now, if it takes you that long to pay some damn body back, believe me, you gonna get the same damn treatment. Like the good book says, do people as they do you. So
I'm pretty sure that's not what it said, but go ahead.
My good book.
Okay, the book of Badman.
Badmanism. Yeah. But no, man. But honestly though, the motorcycle, man, look, when people leave this earth, man, just lay them down, man, and just give them call it a day. Man, I know, don't be like them old school cats like they did on truck trying to come up there and sprinkle a little thing of cocaine in the damn, that was a bit old boy, but that was
that's old school.
Yeah, truck turner, that's old school. But honestly, just gone, get to singing, the slow singing and flower bringing, and after every funeral, a black funeral, everybody gonna turn up. Somebody gonna turn up.
All right. Well, it seemed like he was already turned up.
He was turned way too up. Anyway, great show, and everybody have a good night.
All right, man. I appreciate you, bad man. And Buck, what you got, man?
Man, I'm so ticked. I've been laughing most of the show because, it's been a great show. As far as that particular funeral, where in the world you find that? Man, that's just wow. Man, that's just nuts. Because if anybody, that brings along so many different questions. But anyway, as far as that last one though, what's the kids ask? And bottom line of it is, kids ain't supposed to be in grown folks' business in the first place. And then you're gonna lie on me on top of it. I'm tearing your ass up. I'm dusting the shit out. And bottom line of it is, if you're going through a divorce, it probably had something to do with, other things other than what the kid just said. So I get that and agree with that also. But you're not gonna lie on me. If you lie on me, who else you lying on? I'm tearing your ass up for it, because you're not supposed to be lying. So anyway, great show. Enjoyed it, and everybody enjoy the rest of your week.
All right. I appreciate you, sir. And Sensible Sister, Ms. Ashley D, your final thoughts?
Yes, again, great show. I love coming on. I was glad I was able to make this one. I don't think I had a few comments earlier, but I really forgot what they were. I should have wrote them down. But I didn't comment on the funeral thing because, like me, I feel like it was creative. I saw where they were trying to go with it, but it is a little bit too much. And I don't really do funerals and wakes anyway. So I wouldn't have went in there. But it was creative. I will give them that. That was creative. But that's too much.
All right. And I appreciate you joining. Good to see you. And Chandra B.
Well, first of all, congratulations on your 1,000th episode. I am so proud and excited for you. Like, whoop, whoop. That is amazing in and of itself,
Thank you.
And so congrats to you on that. For me, the bottom line is communication, with the exception of the funeral, which may still fall into communication. Like he didn't communicate what he wanted for his funeral. Maybe he did, and they did it to a T. I don't know. But to me, a bottom line is communication, and there's a breakdown in that communication. In any of those scenarios, you know, and if we don't take the time to stop and listen to what is being said, to understand it instead of just to respond, then we have these kind of crazy situations that continue to pop up because we get in our own way. And if we listen to understand, then I think we would break down a lot of this miscommunication. So that's all I have to say. And thank you for having me on.
All right. I appreciate you. And you're exactly right. It's definitely a communication issue. And I mean, and even though some of these memes, you never know if these memes are real or not. You know, we had a whole situation, a video about kids in McDonald's last week, and it wasn't real. But there's still an element of truth to this. A lot of people go through certain things like this, and like Chandra said, because they don't communicate, and there's no understanding before, during, or after in a lot of cases when it comes to co-parenting and things. So again, we'll hit on some of that on the next show when we discuss child support. But
that's a hell of a show for the 1,000 episode.
Yeah, I think it is. I just hope that it doesn't get too out of hand. So
it's going to be wild.
It will. I already know. So, all right, Eminem, shut it down, bro.
Oh man, great show, great show, man. Great guest, you know, I'm looking at sensible sister on this thing, you know what I'm saying? Chandra in the Mo, and then you know, Chrissy popped in from New Jersey. Always good seeing her. And my man Bad Man, you know what I'm saying, represent that 318, you know what I'm saying? So like I say, man, welcome, bro. And of course, you know, co-legend that Buck, you know what I'm saying? You know, great everybody can support my man Q, but man, these some crazy memes, but I ain't gonna go back through all of them. You know, we talked about the funeral. Like I said, I love that out of the box stuff, but that right there, man, it's like I don't want myself to look like no damn taxidermy, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Now you can have all kind of elaborate things going on, but you know what I'm saying, but I don't want to be standing up nowhere, you know what I'm saying? I want people to be able to, you know what I'm saying, hell nah, you know what I'm saying, look like you walked in a Bass Pro Shop or something, like what the hell, you know what I'm saying? You know, but
hey, they should have had them set up like Chuck E. Cheese, like the little robotics at Chuck E. Cheese to have them move.
Oh yeah. They used to freak little kids out too. But you know, the one that kind of intrigued me the most was the this if you're on the island stuff, you know what I'm saying, like, boy, that's crazy. But you know, even though, you know, a lot of great points were made about it, but you know, if you ain't hanging out with friends and stuff like that, you know, that ain't the time or place to get all, you know, what this should be, what that should be stuff, man. You know, just go ahead and chill, you know what I'm saying, make up something generic, you know what I'm saying. If you're lady having a good time, bro, you know what I'm saying, you know, you'll probably get a little treat at the end of the night, and you know, chill out, man, you know. But then you definitely don't, when you know how many people, it's 7 billion people on the planet we call Earth, and you're gonna disrespect this dude by saying you're gonna, if you can have all these damn people, Beyonce, anybody, if you're gonna say this nigga's wife, you know, man, come on, man, don't do that dude like that. Because it's what it represents, you know what I'm saying. So for them young Gen Zs that don't understand shit, you know what I'm saying, it's like, hey man, certain lines you don't cross. And when you getting into the realm of talking about a female, you talking in the locker room, when you talking in the break room, but you know, when you sit up there and you can see if a woman is spoken for, you don't say shit about that chick, at least around the dude. Now after he walk out or something, like, man, old girl pretty fine, man. Yeah, I knocked the bottom out that shit. Well, you don't do that shit in front of the man. It's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Bad man, you know what I'm talking about, bro. You know how that shit go. So But great show, man. And like I say, I just hate all this miscommunication and all this stuff with these baby mamas and all this stuff. That is not going to be necessary. Call your senator, your representative, your congressperson, your alderman, councilman, your mayor, your gubernatorial board or council, whatever they call them. You know what I'm saying? And you let that shit escalate all the way up. And the original 1313 bill need to be passed and totally 100% legalize prostitution in the good old USFA. It'll turn on that ultimate filter. You can fix Roe versus Wade. You can fix the school systems. You can totally eliminate crime in the hood, and everything's all good after that just by allowing a woman to have her precious body sold. What
do we get for $10? All right, Eminem. The message continues. The 1313 campaign continues. So,
and that was the hashtag I was meaning, Q. I knew you had a hashtag. I see you put it on my little on my painting.
Yeah.
It's like hashtag 13. Has it been up there?
Yeah, it's been there.
Okay, damn, my eyes getting bad. Okay.
All right. Well, look, that's going to do it, people. I appreciate all of you joining. Again, I want to thank everyone for chiming in this evening. People in the chat room, Eminem, Buck, Chandra, Sensible Sister, Badman, Chrissy for jumping on. And I want to thank my sponsor, Eve S. Evans. Check out her book, Beneath the Water, available for pre-order on Amazon. And we'll see you on July the 19th with show number 1000 on the Talk to Q radio show. Be sure to follow me on all things social media. Just Google hashtag Talk to Q. I guarantee you I'll come up somewhere, some shape, form, or fashion, audio, video, wherever. Just Google hashtag Talk to Q. Follow the show. Please support that way. Also, please be sure to share. And peace out, Mr. Shelton. And thank you, D, for chiming in. And we'll catch you on the next go around. Later. Oh, I guess I need to play my closing song. I was about to just shut down. Peace out. All right.